Hi. Hey, hi, hello. I saw Oz. Oz, you putting little sleepy emotes in the chat. I'm hoping means you're going to bed because if I can do math correctly, I believe it is 1 a.m. for you. Why you up? I saw Tater over on YouTube. Yes. This is gonna be crazy. Like, I'm just realizing on YouTube this stream title is crazy for people who do not know the Sumi lore. Because I don't think I've talked about my boys, like, on channel? Like, on my own channel since I started streaming on YouTube, so this is gonna be funny. On both, and I have a comment to make. Oh no, what? Thank you for stopping boy? Thank you for stopping by, both Twitch and YouTube. Watching the rain for a bit, then noticed you'd be streaming, so chilled more and waited. That's very sweet, Oz, but please rest if you need to rest. I did not get to hang out with Oz today. Because, my friends, decided that we were gonna do a monthly movie night, and today was the only day that worked. So, like, at noon. We sat down, we watched The Substance. Why did the Devils release a cover song and didn't announce that it was a freaking banger? I'm so glad you like it, Tater! I should actually put that up. Yes, the Devils girls and I released a, our Valentine's Day gift to you guys, which is a cover of Strategy by Twice. We've been working on this for a little bit. I should maybe put this in here and pin it. Let me do. Devils cover. Wow. There you go, if y'all want to check that out. I'm glad that you like it. And maybe it'll show up on my YouTube end. Come on. Second, I might have to paste it on YouTube. I'll be so for real, we didn't promote it because I don't think we were 100% sure if it was going to be done by today. Our goal was Valentine's Day, and Cinny truly made it happen. It was Cinny. So everybody say thank you, Cinny, for all that you do. Yeah, I think it turned out really good. We had some issues with the original mixer that we got. Like, nothing terrible or anything. Just a situation came up and we had to change mixers really last minute. And the mixer that we got was Kapuchi. And Kapuchi did a great job. They were very communicative. They did a wonderful job. It's good to see. Good to see. But we're hoping to do more covers soon. I'm hoping to do covers myself soon. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I have many plans. Many plans. Hi, Jess! Hello, hello. Are you guys ready to hear me yap about my favorite little guys for like 2.5 hours, if not longer? Because you guys had some fun ideas for boys, and some of them I kind of remixed a little bit, and then some I already had ideas for. So I think we have some fun little things to talk about here. For people who are not in the know, pretty much since... Well, no, when I started VTubing 4 years ago, I was normal. Well, normal relatively. I had one guy I was really, really obsessed with, who is actually not being spoken of today. I just, for some reason, was not feeling talking about my main boy, Hopia. I corrected myself, Jazz. Which husbands are gonna mulch the snitches in Club Hana? Most of them. I think most of them would. If I asked. But yeah, for the first, like, year and a half, that I was VTubing back in 2021. Actually, wait, when did Spider-Verse come out? Yeah, when did Into the Spider-Verse come out? 2018. Wait, no, or is it Across the Spider-Verse? Across. It's 2023. So yeah, it would have been 2 years. 2 years I was normal, and I only really cared about Cardinal Copia / Papa Emeritus IV from the band Ghost, who I now jokingly call my ex-husband. He was my husband for 5 years. And then something in my brain changed. And summer 2023, I got really into Miguel O'Hara from Across the Spider-Verse. He's also not being spoken of today because he's in timeout until the last Spider-Verse movie to see if he can behave, to see if he can learn to be normal. Sumi is no longer welcome on the r/waifuism subreddit. What are the criteria to be allowed on the r/waifuism subreddit? I'm actually afraid of the answer to this. Oh, only one waifu? Yeah, so I had Copia and Miguel for a while, and then something just exploded in my brain and my heart. And now I have, like, the joke was 15 to 18 boyfriends, but I have culled it down a little bit. We have benched some boys. But just because they're on the bench doesn't mean that something won't break in my brain again, and I won't just be obsessed with them again. Oh, and it's a real relationship. Good for them. Good for them. Yeah, the other boys are on standby until further notice. Most of those are Genshin and Honkai boys, in retrospect. But today we're going to talk about 10. And honestly, they're kind of the main 10 right now. Honestly, it's like the main... Oh, God. How many boys am I rotating in my head right now? Like 6? Yeah. Like the main 6 and some extras, because 10's a good number. I do really love all these boys, though. And I'm really excited to talk about them. I love these yapping streams. They're always very silly. I've made a PowerPoint, as per usual. But it's less than 200 slides this time. Can I ask you a question, my own question about your boys, Sumi? Yeah. Go ahead, Jess. I'm afraid. But go ahead. I'm also going to try not to talk about, like, the OCs. You have to assign each boy in a role in Heathers who gets what role. Are there any doubles? Astarion is Heather Chandler. Immediately, Astarion is Heather Chandler. You can have doubles, but they have to fight for it. Let me look up the cast for Heathers. Heathers musical cast. Who would be JD? Loki would be a really interesting JD, I think. Maybe we make Loki JD. Who's Heather McNamara? Who's singing Lifeboat? Maybe Connor? No. Oh God, who would be Curtin Ram? Who would I force to sing Blue? I hate Blue. God, who's the Veronica? Who's... Which one of these boys is Veronica? Why did I think Gale? I don't know. Silas is Heather Duke. That's actually pretty... Actually, that fits really well. Silas is Heather Duke. I am feeling Loki JD. Looking at the cast right now. Martha. Connor might be Martha. Maybe. Connor's so cute, though. I need to hear Astarion rip out Candy Store. Exactly. I need to see Astarion push over Silas during Candy Store for the Shut Up Heather line. That's really funny, because I'm pretty sure Silas is taller. Silas is 1,000,000% taller. Silas is minimum 5 inches taller than Astarion. Because in my heart, Astarion is not 6 feet tall, and Silas is supposed to be 6'2", 6'3", if I'm remembering correctly. In my heart, Astarion on Cunin is 5'9" at best. Maybe 5'10". That's not a 6 foot tall boy. Most of the girls are taller than Astarion, and that's great. My Tav is not taller than him, though. So he doesn't get to have a complex about that. I still don't know who would be Veronica. I guess, am I Veronica? I'd be Veronica. I don't know if I could sing Veronica. Veronica's part's hard. Sure, okay. I don't know who I'd force to be Curtin Ram. That feels like a punishment. To make one of them be Curtin Ram. I don't know. I don't know. I might have to get back to you on that one. Alright. Okay. So. Like I said, this slide is less than 200 slides today, the slideshow. I did it. This is... Thank you. Why did you say it like that and put a heart? That's scary. That's scary to me. Yes, I've made this a short for me PowerPoint. It's less than 200 slides. I've done it. I've done it. And I don't think this is as long as my previous, like, putting boyfriends into silly categories stream. But also, in my defense, I've had a migraine every day for the last 3 days. Pretty solid. So me putting together this slideshow was me doing it through migraines. So I'm doing my best for answering my question. Okay, you're welcome. Okay. Okay, let's do question of the day, and then we will get into the meat and potatoes of this very silly stream. Who's your Valentine this year? If you don't have a specific romantic Valentine, you can always pick a platonic Valentine. Or if you have neither, I'm your Valentine. Congratulations. It's me. What'd you get me? What'd you get me? My Valentine, I think, is Edison. Eddie's been super lovey today. But I did also spend a lot of today finishing up this slideshow, but then also I was gone for a while to my friend's movie night because we watched The Substance. Happy Valentine's Day. We watched The Substance, and it was so good. I love The Substance, and I was really excited to watch a whole room full of people who had never seen The Substance experience that movie for the first time. It was great. And we did decide that next month, our movie is going to be Old Boy. I am once again the only person who has seen Old Boy. Old Boy is in my top 5 movies of all time. Easy. Absolutely. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've never watched Old Boy in a room full of people in general, let alone a room full of people who have no idea what's about to happen. And it's gonna be just a joy. I will check back in with you guys when we do our March movie night. But it's gonna be great. I'm so stoked. Currently oscillating between Telltale Riddler and Batman the Animated Series Penguin, but the other Batman the Animated Series rogues are completely on the table except for Joker. Joker can... I can't say anything because one of my boys, who is not being discussed today, is technically the Joker. Technically he's the Joker. But most of the time he's not the Joker. Most of the time he's not. I tried to put in some different boys, but it ended up being most of the same ones I talked about before. John Doe's an exception. He's a good boy. Yeah, my boy John's a good boy. Ignore the murders and the crime. And the, I'm pretty sure one of the things he does is technically terrorism. Ignore that. He's great. Good guy. Real normal.
All right.
think that's everything. New schedule for next week will be out tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to be doing more Pathologic 3. We are going to... I believe we're doing some more things for day 8. And then whatever we don't get finished, we just say, fuck it, we ball. And we move on to day 9. Because the save is doomed. And so we are just rolling with it. Yeah, that's what's happening. All right, let's go ahead, head over to the stage. And let me talk about my boyfriends. Yay! Hi. We're here. Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Where's my thingy? There it is. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So, it is Valentine's Day. It is a day where people talk about people that they love. And, I love my boys. It's my right to talk about them. I love all of my boys. I have many, many boys. But I have, for the sake of brevity and time, and because these are the ones that I would have thoughts about, I have narrowed it down to 10 boys. So let's start by just giving you the boys. These are just in alphabetical order. I'm not going to do it in any particular order. I'm pretty sure these are alphabetical. I, again, did do this PowerPoint with a migraine. So you have to be nice to me. Every time you see me turn to the side, I'm drinking water. I'm very dehydrated today. I'm doing my best. Okay. Because we are going in alphabetical order, that does mean that unfortunately we do start with Astarion Uncuning. Thank you for the hydrate redeem, Jess. There you go. Astarion is boy number 1. Oh, and I have to say what I like about them. I forgot to put this in my notes. Okay, so people who were here when I did my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, which we will start again. This fucking guy is correct. But for people who were here when I started, I resisted liking Astarion for a really long time. Even in the alpha, which I played, which was most of Act 1, I was really like, oh, this fucking guy the whole time. And just, I don't know what broke in my brain, honestly. You guys will see as we go through this list that I do have a certain type, and it is, charming man who is a little bit of a shit, who is secretly incredibly sad. That is why I say that my type is, sad wet cat in a cardboard box left out in the rain, because that is a good descriptor for Astarion Uncuning, except he is a fussy little kitty cat. Tell them what your username is on the Discord. Yes, so in my friend Discord, with Jess and Finn and Pan and Cerise, my Discord name has been for at least a year, Sad Wet Cat Collector. Because that's what I am. I collect the sad wet cats. It's what I do. It's what I do. But no, why do I still hang on to Astarion so much? I think that he's really funny. Like, genuinely, I think Astarion is very, very funny. He is also just, the thing I like about Astarion is that he's handsome, but he still has imperfections. Astarion's eye bags mean everything to me. Astarion's eye bags are so important to me. And if anybody doesn't include them, I'm like, no. And anybody, the people who made the mods to get rid of his eye bags, you are weak, your family is weak, and you will not survive the winter. What is wrong with you? Yeah, I do like me a little bit of a boy fail, a little bit too. I do think that Astarion is one of my boys who, if I knew them in real life, would annoy me the fastest. But also, I think that Astarion has the capacity to not exactly change, but to soften a little bit. He through the course of Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't really change, but he does become less, like, defensive and afraid. And I think if you get Astarion into a situation where he doesn't feel like he's going to die, at every second of the day, then he just becomes very, very fun and a little bit catty and can be very sweet. I think a lot of his romance scenes in Baldur's Gate 3 are so sweet. Yeah, that's why I like Astarion. That's why I like Astarion. Next in the alphabetical order, Connor, the android sent by Cyberlife. I like giving Connor the last name Anderson because I think that's cute. Also, you're gonna notice a couple of these. A couple of these screenshots that I have are not a great resolution because for some reason, a lot of my boys do not have full HD screenshots on the internet. And Connor is one of them, and I don't know why. For people who do not know, Connor is from the video game Detroit Become Human. Excuse me, oh my god. Yes, Detroit Become Human. Jess just called him the Golden Retriever boy. He is truly one of the best, if not the best boy here. He is such a sweetie. There is a genuine kindness to Connor that endears me to him greatly. Also, he has just very big expressive eyes that I really like. Also, if a boy doesn't fall into the snide, charming little bastard man trope, they are an autistic man. I'm gonna be so for real. It's either little bastard or a man with autism. And that is Connor. I think Connor is so sweet. He is so cute. He's just so nice. I like Connor a lot. I don't talk about Connor a whole lot, but whenever I think about him, I kind of like kick my feet. I like Connor. I like Connor. Connor's so great. Connor's so great. All right, next. This is a boy. This is a new boy. Boy never before featured on the channel. Really. He's next on the list because I think we're going by the the whole thing where you don't include the word the at the start of a thing. It's Doorman. This is a character from the Valve game Deadlock. This is the Doorman. Why do I like Doorman? Before anybody asks, no, he doesn't have another name. This is not a code name. He is just the Doorman. He is just the Doorman. Don't worry about it. Was Jess a sucker about Doorman? I like Doorman. He has a name. It's the Help. Oh my god, Jess. He does say it's very important to never overlook the Help. That is true. Minaha would say that. Minaha would say that. Doorman, for people who do not play Deadlock, is mostly a doorman for a hotel called the Baroness Hotel. He loves his job very much. He loves the Baroness Hotel very much. And also, he may be an eldritch abomination wearing human skin, just kind of existing in the world for fun to see what would happen. So, there's something clinically wrong with the doorman. I could not tell you what endears me to this man with his terrifying glowing eyes. He says terrible, fucked up things, or things that are vaguely unsettling, constantly 24/7. Most lines that he says in Deadlock are a little bit scary. His kill streak lines are things implying that he has done massacres before. Things like, you know, I suppose I'll slaughter them all. Old habits die hard, I suppose. Don't you all see I am the god you should all be fearing? Like, it's a lot. His ult is to also trap people in a hell dimension where he torments them with their insecurities and fears while forcing them to do a jump puzzle. So, his pupils are keyholes? Kinda, sorta. His eyes are actually mostly blank. I'm looking at it big full screen. His eyes are just like glowy blue. He's also uncannily symmetrical. Even his freckles are perfectly symmetrical. The only thing on him that isn't symmetrical is a little curl on his head. He also moves like a person who understands how people move, but he's doing about 110% over what you should be doing. So like if a normal person movement is 100%, he's going like at 110. He moves at angles that are weird and unnatural. I love him. There's something wrong with him and I love him. He's great. Fascinating little guy. I want to study him like a bug in a jar. Moving on. Next up, Gale Dicarios. Next in alphabetical is Gale. The second Baldur's Gate 3. Boy, Gale is the autism man variant of Asumi Boy. Truly, this is the Wizard of Waterdeep. I love Gale. He is so, so charming, and he doesn't think that he is. He's so cute. Hi Goulash, happy Valentine's Day. At work this evening, so mostly lurking. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope work goes good for you. Thank you, thank you. Yes, Gale, I think, is so cute. If anybody's looking at this and going, hey, there's something wrong about this Gale, you're right. This is the alpha build Gale, and do you want to know how you can tell that? His nose is wrong. Gale in the final build has an incredibly strong nose bridge, and I think it's very, very handsome. Oh, awesome work on the strategy cover. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Mostly thanks, Cindy. Cindy worked really hard making sure everything got done. But yeah, so it's a situation where there are not any good full-size Gale screenshots outside of this one from the alpha, which is so weird. Technically the beta. Like even like when his beard was weird and his lips weren't right, and like they were still kind of fixing his hair a little bit. So for all the Gale things, he gets these two pictures smushed together. The one on the right, I adore. I love the picture of Gale on the right. I love when you can see the little veins of the Netherese orb that's under his eye. That's a wonderful detail about him that I think a lot of people miss. I think Gale is so sweet, again, with Connor as well. They have these big brown cow eyes. I think they're so cute. I don't talk about Gale a lot, but I think he's wonderful. I will be so for real. Gale is okay, but Tara is exactly like my cat Delilah, so I'm very attached to her. I love Tara. I love Tara. Oh my gosh, if I was dating Gale, I would also be able to get to hang out with Tara, and that's amazing. Yeah, Gale is like objectively a really good guy. I really, really like Gale. He has wizard hubris. He is full of wizard hubris. But I'm not gonna knock anybody for hubris. Hubris isn't a crime to me. Astarion was the first boy that I met. Hubris is not a deal breaker for me. Okay, next up, I believe this is boy number, what number is this? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5, halfway through. Garrus Vicarian. I love this bug. I love this bug. It's mostly the voice. I'm gonna be so for real. Most of these boys, I would say, have a really, really nice voice. Yeah, Connor does, Astarion does, Gale does, Doorman does. Yeah, no, I apparently a good voice is part of my criteria. Garrus is so great. Garrus is wonderful. Playing through Mass Effect for the first time 2 years ago, when I started Mass Effect, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like Garrus. And then he talked for like more than 2 minutes, and I was like, actually, wait, I love this bug. Wait, I really like this big bug dinosaur. He's so charming, and when you get to like actually fully romance him in 3, so good. During the like DLC in 3, where it's like you at Shepard's apartment and he keeps saying that things need to be better for the love of his life. Ah! It's so I think it killed me on the spot on stream. It's so sweet. That was so long ago. Yeah, Mass Effect was so long ago. So long ago. I miss him every day. I miss you, Garrus. I will kiss that bug right on the mouth, on his little mouth plates. They do call them mouth plates, by the way. They do call them mouth plates. That's crazy. But yeah, I would figure out how to make it work with Garrus. I love him. I love him. All right, next in alphabetical order, boy number 6, but number 1 in my heart, My husband, Loki Laufeyson. My wonderful husband. Again, there are no great, high quality, like 1920 by 1080 images of Loki for some reason. So we get this kind of grainy image of him from Thor the Dark World because this is the best that he'll ever look. And also because the only other like full resolution image I was able to find of him was this one, and it makes me sad. This one makes me sad, so we're doing this one. Is this one new? I don't know. I don't know if you've ever mentioned him before. Yeah, I've never spoken of this boy once. Not even once. Nope. I have not put 700 hours into Marvel Rivals just because I adore Loki so much. It is mostly MCU Loki. I'm not a comics reader, so when I am talking about him during this stream, I am mostly going Tom Hiddleston version of Loki. Also, before I've gotten this question before, I am neutral on Tom Hiddleston as a person. Like, I can see Tom Hiddleston as a person and be relatively normal, because that's just a guy and a father of two. But like when he's in this outfit, when he's just like this, that's my husband. That's my husband. That's my husband, Loki Laufeyson. That's my terrible, terrible, terrible husband. I adore him. I do need to say why though. There is a general like charm to Loki that I think is absolutely perfect. If I had to describe my perfect like charming boy, it's Loki. He is a little bit silly, and I really, really like that about him. Is he a little bit schemy? Is he a little bit two-faced sometimes? Yeah. I'm not gonna hold that against him. He's great. I love Loki. And also he's sad. He's a sad boy. That boy's sad. I love him. I love him so much. I don't know. What else can I say about Loki that I like? I can't say his hair because a part of this PowerPoint was going to be me complaining about the bad wigs that they put Tom Hiddleston in for more than half of Loki's appearances in the MCU. But I decided that I didn't want to rant about Loki wigs for like 20 minutes, so I cut that. You're all welcome. Yeah, Loki, I also do really like Marvel Rivals Loki. I think they've really struck a good balance with Rivals Loki of him being scheming but charming, but also a bastard and also a little bit of a weenie. There needs to be a general weenie factor to Loki. If you make him too cool, that's not correct. He's a little bit dumb sometimes and a little bit awkward sometimes, and that is very important to me personally. Okay, moving on. Next one, a boy that I also really don't talk about a whole lot, Molly Mock Tea Leaf from Critical Role. I love Molly. This is gonna be campaign 2. Yes, campaign 2 only. I've not watched the TV show yet. When I do, you'll know, because I'm gonna get unwell about Molly again. There will be signs that I've watched the Critical Role TV show. And man, I'm not gonna spoil anything about Molly's story. We are going with just, base Molly. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I think Molly is incredibly charming also. There's a charm to most of my boys. I think Molly is very, very charming. He's a little bit more, I guess, hedonistic than a lot of people. Loki is a noted hedonist, but Molly Mock is especially so and is more overt with it. I think that Molly's kind of living in the moment attitude is very endearing. It's that one from that thing. Yeah, he's the one from that thing. I'm gonna try and make sure that I they Molly Mock, because this is his pronouns are he them. But Molly is great. I do really like their tattoos. Purple is my favorite color. I think that Molly's jacket is so cool. Molly's attitude and life philosophy of leave every place you've been better than you found it, I think is great. And just like basically a snake oil salesman, but in the nicest way possible. I love Molly. Molly is great. And we don't talk about anything else about Molly. All right. We have 3 more boys? Yeah, 3 more boys. Next up is Silas Love in Deep Space. Again, this is a mobile game mostly, so there is not good, like, singular 1920 1080 HD images. So we have a kind of slideshow of Silas things. This is the Pixel Man what lives in my phone and says nice things to me. I like Silas a lot. There's not a canon last name for Silas that I could find. I think Keen, Q-I-N, or Qin. I don't know how it would be said in Chinese, but yeah, Q-I-N sometimes I see. But they've not confirmed it in English. So he is Silas Love in Deep Space. To me, mostly because making a character's last name the name of the franchise that they're from is really funny to me. He also likes to embarrass you IRL. Yeah, he does. One time when I was at Jess's house, I was opening up Lads, and Silas decided that that would be the perfect time to wear, for the first time ever, might I add, his leather BDSM gear from last year's Valentine's Day banner. Catch, what is it? Something Catch 22. But yeah, it was the one where they put them in like muzzles and BDSM gear and stuff. He was threatened by my Chad aura, perhaps. Yes, I think Silas is so compelling as a character, but also his behavior towards MC, I think, is very sweet once you get past like the initial things that happen with them. Once you get into like actually Silas as a boyfriend, I think he is a wonderful boyfriend. He's very, very caring, very, very sweet. But he also makes sure that MC has her independence. He never stops her from doing what she wants. Never tries to force her into joining on a kindness. He sees that she really likes her job and that she is good at it, and he goes, okay, sick. If you ever decide that you don't want to do that, then you can come join me, but I will support you from here. Do you need a special gun? I will find you a special gun. I will support you in any of your endeavors, queen. And I love that for him. He also has a mechanical bird that he built. A little mechanical crow named Mephisto. I love Mephisto. And he also is technically a father of two. He has the twins, Luke and Kieran. I like Luke and Kieran a lot too. Yeah, Silas is very sweet. Silas will say nice things to me on the daily, and I love that for me. Okay, 2 more. V Devil May Cry. I just realized the last 3 of these, all I've put their last name as the franchise they're from. V from Devil May Cry 5. He is so hot. Speaking of dudes with birds. Yeah, speaking of dudes with birds, this dude also have a bird. This boy also has a bird. Talk about that more later. But oh my god, V's voice kills me. I keep forgetting who his voice actor is, but I'm really surprised he's not in more things. V is almost my like platonic ideal of a man. He is so hot. Not even platonic ideal, just like borderline my ideal man is V Devil May Cry. He is very, very smart, very book smart, very learned, but also charming and also a little bit awkward. He tries to make jokes, but they are jokes for himself and no one else, and he doesn't fully get that concept. The tattoos are also really, really very attractive to me personally. I like V a lot. I like V so much. My wallpaper on my phone has been V for like 4 years running. I really like V Devil May Cry. I really like V Devil May Cry, and I'm never gonna see him again in Devil May Cry unless something really funny happens or Capcom decides that they really like me personally. Honestly, if he ever shows up again, it's because something really funny or stupid happened, and I would be happy if they did that for me. I'm also noticing a lot of these guys have a very strong nose. Yeah, V has a really prominent nose. Loki kind of. Garrus doesn't have a nose, he doesn't count, but Gale has a prominent nose. Astarion does also. I just like guys with a prominent nose, I guess. Yeah. V would read me poetry, and that'd be pretty great. That'd be pretty great. And the last boy, speaking of a prominent nose, Victor Arcane, the man scientifically made in a lab for me. Victor is perfect. Victor is perfect. Ignore the crimes. Victor is perfect. Victor's voice is incredible. Holy shit. He is so handsome. Victor is so handsome to me in all versions. I'm not gonna spoil things from Arcane, but if you're thinking about it, yeah, that version too. I'm not a fucking coward. What do you take me for? Come on. I love Victor. He's so, oh my god. He's so beautiful, and for what? And for what? I love him.
Honk honk. Princess Jessie FTuber says my mama is the biggest clown in the circus. And they're right. I am a clown, honk honk.
Victor is so smart. The times when Victor is being really charming, I think he is so incredibly charming. I use the word descriptor charming for most of my boys, but that is a big thing for me personally. He's just so smart, and I don't know. What else do I say about Victor? Also, there aren't spoilers for Arcane because I'm gonna make Jesse watch Arcane. No, I just think he'd be a really good boyfriend too. He would be a little bit of a workaholic boyfriend, but he's also very attentive as a person, very detail-oriented as a person, and I think he'd be a wonderful boyfriend. His eyes are so pretty. His eyes are so pretty. I think his moles are really cute, too. Shut up about Crank It. Shut up about Crank It. Very unfortunately, when we watch Arcane, I think Crank It is episode 2 or 3. We're gonna get to time to crank it incredibly quickly, and I don't think I'm ever gonna live it down. I'm not even able to live it down now, and my friends haven't even watched Arcane yet. Yeah, oh my god, Victor. Loki is my husband. Victor is holding my other hand at all times. I have 2 hands, and Loki and Victor are holding them always. I love them. Okay, those are our 10 boys. Those are our 10 boys. To recap, so that, because I just sat and I yapped about them for a while, we have Astarion, Connor, the Doorman, Gale, Garrus Vicarian, my husband, Loki. Oop, let me put Mollymot. We have Silas, we have V, and Victor. Victor is your wife, yes. This is my wife. This is my wife. All right, so this stream is broken up into 2 types of lists. There are rankings, where I'm ranking people like worst to best, and then just hypothetical scenarios that are not like in any particular like numerical order, just thoughts that I had about specific situations that we put these boys in. All right, so we're gonna start with the rankings. First ranking, I believe this was put in the chat by Grav. Grav does things. I thought this was so funny. Who is most likely to own an anime sword? Which one of these boys would buy the Cloudbuster? Which one of these boys has a recreation of Guts' sword from Berserk? I thought this was really funny to think about, so that's what we're gonna start with here. We're going from least to most likely. Okay? So, least likely, number 10, Connor. Connor, I don't think that Connor has a concept of anime. Really? And he's also not a sword boy. He is also not a sword boy. I just think it wouldn't interest him at all. And even if it did, I don't think he'd go out of his way to buy a sword. Number 9. The Doorman also does not understand the concept of anime, or fandom, or purchasing things from places that you like. He understands that the Baroness has a gift shop, but he understands why people would buy Baroness Hotel gift shop items because he loves the Baroness very much. But anything outside of that, he does not understand why you would purchase items that were, in his mind, not useful. And a decorative anime sword is not useful in his mind. You can also see back here, he uses a gun. He uses a gun. He is not a sword boyo. Number 8. most likely to own an anime sword. Gale. Gale is a wizard. Wizards do not get weapons. I could see Gale actually liking anime a little bit, but he doesn't strike me as a shonen boyo. Would Doorman appreciate a keyblade? That is a really good question, Jess. Oh my god. I think he would see it as impractical. Because, okay, 1 second, let me back up. So Doorman's gun, you can see his keys, kind of right here. He sees that as lightweight and efficient. I think that he would see a keyblade as entirely impractical, especially because in Kingdom Hearts, when you unlock something with a keyblade, you don't even put the keyblade into the lock, you just point it in the direction of the lock. And he would think that that's dumb. Anyway, Gale, I just don't see, yeah. He can watch anime. I don't think that he would be a shonen boy, and most things with like swords are like a shonen type. He would be a very heavy, like, short, 22 episode or less anime, condensed story kind of guy. Gale would watch Baccano with me, is what I'm saying. He likes a short series where the story is concise. And most of the time that doesn't feature a really cool sword. So, not a sword guy. Number 7. Garrus, actually. I think Garrus would... I think Garrus just... He already likes weaponry. He's a gun boy also. But I think that he would think it's kind of cool to have, like, a sword from a show that he likes. There, in my heart, there is something... Oh my god, what is the name of the planet that Garrus is from? But, like, there has to be a TV show on his home planet that he would have liked merchandise for. He's a little bit of a dweeb, and I really feel like he would own, like, a gun replica from a show that he liked when he was a kid. And I think that also maybe he would own a sword replica of a show that he liked when he was a kid. And there's no saying that Turians don't have anime. I would watch a Turian shonen anime. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Number 6. This one feels a little bit weird, but Victor Arcane. Victor, I think, would make his own replicas of weapons from shows that he likes. He's not a big anime guy, but I do think that he would casually watch something and then see a weapon that he thought was kind of cool, and he would try to make a like non-lethal version of that just to have for display purposes. He would not buy one, he would make one. Before people start yelling at me about how Victor was anti-hex tech weaponry, this is different. It's a sword. This is different, and it's decorative. And he just likes to build shit. He would make a really, really cool replica of something. What is a gun but a contraption that very quickly throws very tiny swords that aren't sword-shaped? Goulash, you're so right. Yeah, exactly, Jess. Yeah, anything that he would make would be like decorative pieces. He's not really... He's a kind of minimalist as a guy, as like a person, to me, because he's very practical, but I do think that he would enjoy the challenge of trying to remake something that he saw on, like, TV. He would really get a kick out of trying to remake a buster blade that a human being could carry and also cut a watermelon in half with. I think he would think that is a fun science challenge to him. All right, okay. So, number 5. Loki. Loki, okay, apparently a lot of people, when they think of the weapon that Loki holds, they think of his scepter from Avengers, which is not his weapon. This is a boy who likes daggers. This is a dagger guy. In the Loki TV show, he got really upset that he couldn't have his daggers. When he threatens Doctor Strange in the Sanctum Sanctorum, he pulls out daggers. He's a dagger boy. He likes a easy-to-hide weapon that you can sneak up behind somebody and stab them with. Is that a crime? He would like a really fancy decorative anime sword. He would get, like, a recreation of some kind. Oh, Shishomaru's sword from Inuyasha. He would get, I forget what Shishomaru's sword is called, but he would get a recreation of that, I think. I think he would think it's neat. Would he use it? Probably. Or like Naruto kunai, maybe? But kunai are like actual thing that exists. Like, I think he would get, if there was like a dagger from a show that he liked, he would get that. And he would maybe use it just to be silly. Just to be really silly. Number 4. Anime sword haver Astarion on Cunin. Astarion. Astarion is also a dagger boy, like Loki, but he's also a bigger dweeb. Astarion absolutely watches anime and gets very deeply invested in it. Astarion would argue with people on Twitter about who could beat Goku. In my heart, he would do that. And if he liked a show enough and he saw that there was a cool weapon, he would really, really like to have it. He would buy it. The Tensaiga! Yeah, I think that's Shishomaru's sword. Or is that Inuyasha's? One sec, I have to Google immediately. Sesshomaru. Sword name. Oh yeah, his is Tensaiga. And then... what is Inuyasha's then? Inuyasha's sword name. Tessaiga. Tensaiga and Tessaiga. Yeah, it's like one letter different. Astarion watched Elfen Lied and felt personally victimized by it. I think maybe, actually... I think Astarion would think Elfen Lied was too emotionally manipulative. I think that Astarion would see just how there are parts of Elfen Lied that are just there to make you sad. That's why, yeah, I don't think Astarion would like Elfen Lied. Which is a correct thing to say. Elfen Lied isn't good. Anyway, number 3, this man 1,000,000% owns at least one anime sword. Silas Love in Deep Space. This man collects weaponry and in canon plays a lot of video games. There is no way this man does not have a replica of a game that he likes or that MC likes. He absolutely has commissioned a 1-to-1 replica of a sword that he likes. A sword from Bleach, probably. That's what I feel in my heart right now. The one sword that Renji had in Bleach, that was a sword that is also a whip. He has one of those and it's fully functional. He spent like $3 million on it. He has it. It's on display in the Onakainus base. And he will bust it out if someone tries to break in because that's really funny. He absolutely has one. Number 2, Molly Mock. Molly Mock feels like an anime watcher to me. Probably one of the most anime watchers to me. And he also just, he is one of the few boys who does use just straight up a sword. He used scimitars, I believe. And I really think that he would just have a sword that's a recreation of a thing that he likes. He again, hedonist boy, totally follows his impulses 1,000,000%. So what they would do 1,000,000% is they would see a sword in a random shop and just buy it without any forethought. Molly would own several anime swords that were impulse purchases that he would use against people. Don't get that twisted. Absolutely, Molly Mock Tea Leaf is stabbing somebody with a buster blade. That's really funny. All right, and then number 1, because he does have an anime sword, it's V! His cane is a sword! The entire Sparta family, all they care about is big sword. Like, he has a sword! He has an anime sword! Most likely because he has it in canon. I don't even have to speak in hypotheticals. He have big sword. I don't even know if he likes it that much, but he has big sword. Oh, that was just a funny, silly category. All right, next category. Let me drink some water real quick. If anybody's wondering, we are on slide 38 of 187. I will try and speed it up just a little bit so we're not here forever. This one actually will probably be a little bit faster. This next category is who is most likely to watch my little scary movies with me? I watch a ton of horror movies. I watch almost exclusively horror movies. Who is going to be able to sit with me and watch my spooky, scary movies? I feel like this maybe was a category in previous silly boyfriend streams, but I am doing it again for fun. Me, horror movies? Yeah, I've never watched. I know it's so shocking. I've never watched one in my life. I didn't just talk about how Old Boy is in my like top 5. Old Boy's technically not a horror movie, but it might as well be. But yeah, I watch a ton of them. Who's gonna sit with me and enjoy themselves? Who's gonna have a good time watching a scary movie with me? Number 10, the least likely to watch a scary movie with me. He was number 1 in the last category. He's number 10 here. V does not watch movies. This is not a movie boy. This is a book boy. He would just not watch movies in general. He would sit in the room while I would watch a movie. He would not invest himself in any movie. Ever. He does not watch movies. And number 9, for very similar reasons, Gale. Gale is fine with movies. He is more of a book boy than a movie boy. And also cannot handle horror movies. I think it really scares him. I think he gets easily scared by horror movies and would have issues going to sleep after a movie that is slightly too scary. And I watch really scary movies. I'm kind of emotionally numb. That isn't me trying to be edgy. That's just a fact that I know about myself. Tara would talk so much shit. And also be like, Mr. Decarios, I don't think that's a good idea. Think of your sleep schedule. You're not going to go to sleep tonight. Things like that. Tara would watch horror movies with me, though. Tara would. Number 8, because also not much of a movie boy, Victor. Victor is not a big movie guy, and also there's a non-zero chance that he is pointing out anatomical inaccuracies in a horror movie. Being like, no, you wouldn't bleed that much from a cut to the arm. Like things like that. Like he would get way too into the minutia of things. He has no suspension of disbelief for a film. He would be too granular with it, and it would drive me insane. He would watch them, but I would be annoyed. He would absolutely annoy me. Just like correcting things. Oh yeah, such vulgar pictures is what Tara would say. You're so right. Okay, number 7, Garrus. Garrus would watch horror movies with me. I think he wouldn't understand them a whole ton, and he wouldn't be like the biggest fan. But he'd be fine watching it. He's like fairly neutral, all things considered. But yeah, he would have a better time of it and watch them more often with me than the other boys, but he also, there would be times where he'd be like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. So that's why he's down here. Number 6, a boy who would watch any movie with me if I asked, but would maybe be an annoying movie watching partner, Connor. Connor would Google in his brain fun facts about every single movie that we watch, and he would say them while we were watching. He also, like Victor, would point out inaccuracies, but he would do it in a way that he's like, oh, it's a fun fact. You know, there are 3 gallons of blood in the human body, and there's much more than 3 gallons of blood on stream. According to my calculations, there's roughly 6 gallons of blood currently on the floor. Like, things like that. He would love watching the movies. He would be fairly neutral. He would be a little bit concerned. He would definitely be like, are you sure that this is like something you want to watch at like 9 p.m? And I'd have to be like, babe, it's not gonna bother me. It's fine. Connor is Amazon X-Ray. He is, but it's Amazon X-Ray that sits next to me and taps me on the shoulder and points out something every 5 minutes. I love him to death, but oh my god, I don't think I can watch movies with Connor. Number 5, also will watch a lot of movies with me if I ask, Loki. The reason why Connor is number 6, even though he'll watch pretty much whatever I ask him, and Loki would not watch any movie I asked him to, but he's a little bit higher up than Connor. Loki would be more enthusiastic about certain fucked up horror movies that I would put him through, and would be a more polite movie watcher. I don't think he would talk a whole ton during a movie unless that was the environment that we were in. If I was talking a lot, he'd be talking a lot. Otherwise, he's more quiet sometimes. He would make some snide comments about like, oh, why is that girl running upstairs instead of out of the house type things. But it would mostly just be little jokes. Nothing too disturbing of the movie watching experience. I think he'd be slightly better than Connor, but he's not watching every single movie with me. If he thinks that the concept sounds dumb, he's just not gonna sit down to watch. And that's his loss. Okay, number 4, Molly. Molly is absolutely watching horror movies with me. 1,000,000%. He loves new experiences and he loves stories. So he will watch literally anything, and I think he'd be wonderfully invested. Molly Mock-Tea-Leaf would love a horror movie. But they'd also do the thing that that Loki does, where they would like say under their breath, like when something dumb happens, he would point that out. But it's not to the detriment of the watching experience, and he's not going to be rude. Molly would be good for it. Number 3, Silas. Nothing disturbs Silas Love in deep space. I could make him watch terrible things, and he would watch it in utter silence and just be happy to spend time. Quality time is a big love language for Silas. So I think he'd just be happy to sit and watch a movie, and nothing phases him. So this is the guy that I think I could watch the most. Like, I wouldn't subject Martyrs onto a person, but I do think that Silas could watch Martyrs and be okay. Hey, don't watch Martyrs. This is not a recommendation to watch Martyrs. Please don't watch Martyrs. Like, yeah, I think I could get into like the more disturbing movies with Silas, and he'd be pretty okay. He would be pretty stone-faced. I don't think Silas has a goddamn word during a movie. Whether at home or at a theater, like, silent the whole time. And then we'll say his opinions afterwards. But in my mind, Silas sits perfectly unmoving and still while watching something. And you don't know his thoughts or opinions until after it's over, and he just like starts moving again and like starts talking. I think that's how he is. Okay, number 2 on the people who would watch fucked up horror movies with me. Astarion Onkunin loves a fucked up horror movie. To me, I do think he's maybe a little bit of a weenie. I think he would be a little bit like, oh, I'm not gonna get scared, and then he does get scared, but that doesn't hinder him, and he has a blast the whole time. A thing about me, if I'm watching a horror movie I haven't seen before, and something happens that I find particularly like new, or something I haven't seen before, or something that I think is crazy, I clap like a little seal. Don't ask me how many times I clapped like a little seal while watching Begonia in a theater last year. But I do think the people around me thought I was insane. I think Astarion would also clap his little hands with me. I think we're both going, oh, and clapping. That's why he's up here. He would clap his little hands with me. Does he have opinions about vampires and horror movies? I think that he really likes a lot of vampires in horror movies because they're usually portrayed as very like, you know, sexy, desirable, powerful. I think he'd really, really like that. Would this man enjoy Sinners? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, he'd like Sinners. I think he'd just think it's very cool. I think he would like other vampire movies more than Sinners, but that would mostly be because Astarion Onkunin, in my heart, doesn't care about history in any way, so he would not really have a good baseline of the cultural concepts that Sinners is touching on, right? But I do think he would absolutely fuck with Rocky Road to Dublin. And I think that he would like Remick. I think that he would really like the concept of Remick and his whole thing that he has going on. And he would see a lot of things about himself with Remick. Would he do the little dance? No, I don't think that Astarion Uncunion can river dance. I know he's a rogue. I don't think he's coordinated enough. I don't think he can river dance. Because that is what Remick is doing. He is doing an actual traditional river dance. I don't think Astarion can do it. And I don't think he would try, because he'd be too worried to make himself look stupid. And number 1, the boy I could watch the most heinous shit with, and he would say yes every single time and be completely invested. Doorman! Doorman, I think, would find horror movies incredibly fascinating. I think he would watch them with such an analytical eye, and he wouldn't be caught up in, like, the realism factors like Connor would a little bit, or like Victor would really badly. I think that Doorman would watch terrible things happen to people in horror movies and just be like, fascinating. Like, he would love it. Hi, Kiru. Yeah, I think that I could sit Doorman down and we could watch Killing of a Sacred Deer, and he would really get why I fuck with Killing of a Sacred Deer a lot. That is, again, that is not a recommendation to watch Killing of a Sacred Deer. I just find it incredibly fascinating. It is a very hard watch, though. I am not recommending that movie to you in this moment, but I could watch it with Doorman. And I also think that Doorman would pick up on, like, what movies are trying to say fairly well. He is not human, so he would kind of fumble some very human concepts. But I think in terms of, like, storytelling, I think he'd get it. I think he'd get it. And I love that for him. All right, okay. Let's see. I think we have a couple more rankings. And then we get into our hypothetical situations here. Let me drink. Next category. So, for people who do not know, hello Taylor. For people who do not know, I have chronic migraines. Starting last year, I started having very severe migraines. I have migraines more than days that I don't have migraines. As of right now, I'm working to get it treated. We're working on it, but as of right now, they're happening pretty often. So a very, very important, thank you for the Eddie Meow, a very important question that I need to pose about my boyfriends is who's gonna, like, take care of me during, like, a bad migraine. So when I say, like, take care of me, what I'm looking for is someone who is going to help me out when I'm having, like, a category 5 migraine. My migraines, I kind of rank on a scale of 1 to 5, and usually they're like a 2 or a 3 for me personally. But, you know, I'm having a really bad, like, I'm throwing up, I can't, like, stand up, I need to lie down, I'm feeling fucking awful. It hurts to have my eyes open. Like, category 5 migraine. Who is gonna take care of me during that? And what I'm looking for in terms of care is, like, just checking on me, getting me fluids, making sure that I've eaten medications. Isn't ophthalmic? I don't know yet. I'm waiting to get into a neurologist to see exactly what I have. I do get auras with my migraines, and some of them are stemming from, like, muscles in my neck, but also now they've evolved to happening when the weather changes, or sometimes when I see a flashing light. Ocular. Yeah, I do. They are a little bit ocular because I do have the aura a little bit, but it's like a whole thing. I don't exactly know what a professional would, like, disclose it as. I will let you guys know once I talk to that professional. But yeah, so what boy's gonna take care of me while I'm, like, dying from head explodey? Who's gonna do it? Starting from the worst, number 10, Astarion. He's not. He's just not. I think that Astarion doesn't have the ability to sympathize with things that he has not experienced. And I think that after 200 years of being a vampire, even if he had migraines before that, he doesn't really know what a migraine is, and he is entirely hands-off. He also just is not a good carer of other people in general, to me. Telepathically send him your migraine pains. Oh, I was gonna say what if I could, but I would actually feel a little bit bad. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. buddy, so I don't know if I'd do that. But yeah. he's not doing it. He's not doing it. He will get me things from the store if I ask him, but it's also going to be hard for me to ask him if I'm having a really, really bad migraine that's like trying to kill me. Number 9 is going to be Garrus, actually. I think that he would do his best, but when my migraines are really, really bad, I can't communicate them super well. And with him not being humanoid, I don't think he would really know what to do. I think he would maybe learn after a bit, but like the first couple really bad migraines would be a lot of floundering on his part because he just wouldn't know what to do. He knows, like, I'm sure Turians get headaches of some kind. I don't know if it would be migraine bad, but like, I think he would know how to fix it for a Turian, but any humanoids, he doesn't know. I guess Turians are technically humanoid, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Number 8. Don't ask me why, but when I thought about this, I thought that Mollymauk would give me kind of a "that's rough, buddy," and like pat me on the shoulder about it. He would help, but maybe only if it didn't inconvenience them at the time. I think that Molly would be somewhat helpful, but potentially, I think that Molly's one of the ones that would potentially get a little bit tired of it after a certain point, because I do have migraines so frequently. Category 5 migraines, I only have like 2 or 3 times a year right now. But I think he'd be a little bit eh. Oh, I didn't say this before. I had this in my notes. Astarion is the one person here who would be like, oh, it's just a headache. Astarion's hitting me with just a headache, and then I'm going to kill him once I can stand up and look at lights. Like, I will kill him for that. Yeah. Number 7 is actually V. And that is because V's body is also falling apart. So if we're both fucked physically, it's not happening. He would want to, but like this is one of my chronic pain kings. He would have he would have, you know, general stuff that helps him. But mostly we can be in pain together in the same room. V would not be able to help me very much. V could maybe send Griffin to do something, but Griffin's gonna complain the whole time and his voice is gonna be so loud and that's gonna suck. So V would do his best. But we're both going fucking through it at any second of the day. Number 6, for a very similar reason, Victor. Victor's body is also falling apart and his lungs don't work. So if I'm TKO'd, it's not gonna be great. But Victor is above V because Victor, with his just like constant need for knowledge, which V also has, but more in like an artistic way, Victor would start researching migraines to the point where he could probably write a thesis about it, and he would do his best with what he could. But again, if we are just, Victor can at least hold your hand when you're both deep in the pit in solidarity. Exactly. We're both in pain, but we're in pain together. He would also hold my hair when I throw up. Thanks, buddy. Number 5 is Loki. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised that he's this high. The reason why Loki is this high, I'm 99% sure his satyr could fix it. I'm pretty sure that Asgard magic would fix me. So I don't think he'd be like super taking care of me per se, but that's because he would just fix it. He'd use his stupid little glowy magic hands and he'd fix it. But if that doesn't fix it, it's not that I'm on my own. It's that he will just like he will do his best, but his best ain't great because he's a little bit selfish. But he's dead in the middle because I think he could fix it. I think he could fix it. Number 4. It's actually Silas because it is canon. It is canon. I have this card. that he genuinely enjoys taking care of MC when she's sick. He thinks he's not really good at it, and he gets a little bit like hovery about it. So that's why he's at number 4. He's like a little bit of a helicopter about it. And he's not exactly confident with it, but he does enjoy feeling needed in that type of way. So he's pretty high up here. He would get me whatever I asked for. If I didn't have the capacity to ask for something, he would remember what worked before. He would research things. He would make Luke and Kieran go get stuff. He would send Mephisto to go get stuff. It would be good. It would be good. I'd be taken care of with Silas. Number 3. Actually, Doorman, my customer service king, right here. He loves working in the service industry, and he doesn't need to impress people, but I think he takes great pride in taking care of others in a certain way. So I think he would, as a point of pride, he would try to get the best grade at helping with migraine. A thing that is normal to want and possible to achieve. People might disagree with me on this, but Doorman talks a lot about like wanting to be not helpful, but like good at his job. So I think he would do good. The reason why he's above Silas is because I think he's more competent than Silas. Silas has more resources. Doorman is more competent in taking care of a person, if that makes sense. Silas can pay for things to happen. Doorman would just make it happen. All right, number 2. I think people are gonna be surprised about this one being not number 1. It's Connor. Connor would take care of my migraine with insane efficiency. He would be wonderful about it. He'd be so sweet about it. He'd be very caring about it. Connor is one of the boys who would massage my neck muscles, and he would do it expertly. It would be great. My only downside with it is I feel like a lot of him giving me help would feel a little bit like somebody reading off of a Wikipedia article. He would be a lot of like, I looked online and this is helpful. I used my data banks to read this scientific study and this might help. Like, he would just be giving a lot of facts to me. And that is why he's not number 1. Because number 1 is Gale. Gale would do pretty much everything that Connor does. And also he would do like the insane research that Victor would do. But he would have a lot more warmth to it than Connor. He'd be able to sympathize a little bit better than Connor. Not that Connor like lacks sympathy or empathy in any way. But Gale I don't think has migraines, but I do think Gale is such a wife guy that if his wife is in any type of pain, he is also suffering because he cannot stand to see his significant other in any sort of pain or discomfort. And that would make me feel, it would make me feel a lot better. Just having him be like, I'm so sorry. And Gale is the one that would be the most sympathetic to me. He'd also make me food. He would also let me hold Tara and put her on my chest like a little weighted hot beanbag. And and he would do research. He would maybe, if he is a wizard in this situation, try and figure out spells to fix it. I think Gale would be great. Gale would be great. Assuming I've done some cursory research on your troubles and it seems you are suffering from connectivity issues. Thanks, Connor. Yeah, if I had to pick any boy to take care of me when I was sick in any way, it's Gale. It's Gale! 1,000,000%. Wife guy, Gale Decarios. Gale is the only companion who asks you to marry him at the end of Baldur's Gate 3. You guys go through an ordeal and he immediately gets down on one knee. This is a wife guy. He is taking care of me. All right, okay, I think this is the last ranking. And then I'm going to take a quick break and then we'll go into just like, I have like 3 hypothetical situations. All right, so last rank, who is my ideal Marvel Rivals duo? Who would I queue up with in Marvel Rivals and play games with them. Who would I comp grind with? Who is going to be able to play the game well? Who is going to be able to handle the toxicity in the chat? Jess, I don't think it's who you think it's gonna be. So, number 10, because he does not play video games, is V. I realize that V's at 10 in a couple of these. V does not play video games. There is no world in which V is playing Marvel Rivals with me. There is no world. Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. For similar reasons, number 9 is Victor. Victor would see video games as a waste of time. I'm gonna be so for real. But he's so, like, work-oriented that he's not. He will play casual, quick matches with me once a week at most. And he will play for a little bit and be like, I have to get back to work. That was fun. Thank you very much. But he is not on the comp grind like I am. Number 8. Molly Ma. Molly, to me, will play, but will only play casual. Molly will only play casual. Molly would be fine at the game. Molly plays Brawl DPS in my heart. Molly likes to get up in people's faces and punch. But I think he wouldn't be into doing it, like, competitively. I think that Molly, they would mostly be doing it because I'm also playing the game. So I think I could maybe convince Molly to get into comp with me, but not for very long. Molly would not tilt, though, if someone's being shitty in the chat. Molly would just get on mic and say something a little bit catty that would shut them the hell up. Number 7. This boy is playing Marvel Rivals with me, but we are getting banned because he's saying shit in the voice chat. Astarion! Astarion is competitive. He will learn how to play a competitive game with me. He will also shout into the mic. He's getting banned from the voice chat. He is giving levels of toxicity in the chat that have not been witnessed before by man. He would tilt so fast. He would potentially be good at the game. I think it really depends. But, like, the reason why he's this low is because, yes, he'd play, but also he'd be so fucking toxic. It would be so bad. It would be so bad. We would bring out the worst in each other. He would get toxic and I would get catty, and it just would be a bad time. So he is down here. Number 6. He's not toxic, but also I think he's not good at the game. Gale. Gale would play. Gale would learn because he'd see that I'm invested in it. And he would try. This is a tank main. I think when in the last boyfriend list, when I gave them Marvel Rivals characters, I think Gale was a tank main. Let me double check. I think Gale, this in my heart is a shield tank main. To me, you are shield tank. What did I give Gale? Let me double check. It has to be. But Gale's not good at the game. Gale can keep a very level head for the most part. I do think he would get upset if people are mean to me. If people are mean to me because I'm a woman in a video game, I think that would tilt Gale a little bit. But I don't think that he would be good at the game. Yep, I did say shield tank. I did say shield tank main Gale Decarios. Tara would be a cracked sniper. Tara, get on Hawkeye. Tara, get on Hawkeye. But yeah, Gale would be fun to play with. He would be very enthusiastic about it. He'd be bad. He'd be really bad at the game, and that would be frustrating for me. But God bless him for trying. Number 5, I think this is who Jess thought was going to be number 1. It's Loki. Loki is dead in the middle because, first of all, We're gonna fight about who plays Loki in Marvel Rivals, and it's going to be me, but he's gonna be mean about it. He also is saying fucked up things in the group in the VC. He is saying Shakespearean insults to people on mic for stepping out of position, and I think that's really funny. What did I say was, because I think I said that Loki would play Loki. Did I say anything else about it? I had to have just said Loki plays Loki. Yeah, I just said Loki plays Loki. So like that would be a point of contention because I play Loki. I have 175 hours in Loki. I'm playing Loki. I don't know who else he would play. And my heart just said Psylocke. I don't know. Yeah, no, we would fight over that. And that would be a problem. But he would do it because he's competitive and wants to be better than everyone. So he'd at least participate. But we'd have to swap off on who plays Loki match to match. That's the only way we could come to any sort of compromise. Okay, number 4. Doorman. Doorman is very precise and analytical. I think that he would be able to get the game sense for Marvel Rivals incredibly quickly. I think that he would be a great player. I think that he would be incredibly effective as a player. I think he could play pretty much whoever he wanted if he put his mind to it. However, he is saying incredibly terrifying things in the voice chat. Doorman is using his powers of knowing things about a person and is getting on mic and is saying their deepest, darkest secrets to them if they are being rude in the chat. It would mostly be if they're being rude. If somebody's being toxic, he will not start a fight, but he will finish it in a way that's really scary. Doorman gets banned for doxing someone. Doorman says their IP address to them over mic. If not that, Doorman would say something about how their dead father is ashamed of them. Like, he would get real personal with it because he has that capability to just know things about a person and then find their biggest insecurities and exploit them. That is his whole bag. So I think that Doorman would say scary things. and that would kind of hamper the competitive climb. And also we might get banned. It would be scary. It would be very, very scary. Number 3, Silas, actually. I think that Silas would play with me. I think that if he decided to get good at Marvel Rivals, he would be very, very good. Doorman will likely get permabanned. Absolutely. Marvel Rivals doesn't have IP bans. Marvel Rivals will figure out how to IP ban Doorman because he's such a problem. He's not as toxic as Astarion, but he is vicious and scary. But Silas does not say a fucking word the whole time. He is locked the hell in. He is focusing on what he needs to do. If he really put his mind to it, he would get very, very effective at Marvel Rivals. And he would never tilt. Like, Silas is very infamously, like, unflappable as a person. So I think that he would be a great duo, honestly. I think maybe he wouldn't be as into the game as the other people that I put here. Oh yeah, I put Silas as a Psylocke main when I gave them Marvel Rivals characters before. Yeah, this is a DPS main through and through. I think he could actually maybe pick up Star-Lord and also be kind of scary. He'd pick up Elsa Bloodstone, who came out this week. Silas would pick up Elsa and be fucked up. Fucked up Elsa Bloodstone player from day one. But yeah, Silas would be good. Silas would be really, really good, and he'd be so chill. And I think he would also have the ability to see when I'm getting upset at the game and be like, okay, sweetie, we are stopping. We are stopping the game. Would you like to go into like a practice versus AI match and beat the shit out of the AI? Let's go do that instead, okay? He would pull me back. He would hold me back from getting angry. Number 2, he is higher than Silas because I think that he would play the game better than Silas, and that is Garrus Vicarian. Garrus is terrifyingly effective. This is a sniper main. This is the Black Widow we all fear. I know that Black Widow's name has kind of been dragged through the mud because of the Kingsman and Zaza and Cece situation, but this is a Black Widow that you see and you go, guys, we need to ban Black Widow, guys. In the ban phase, we need to ban Black Widow. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding, we need to ban her. Because if you're not banning Black Widow or Hawkeye, he's running your lobby. This is server admin Garrus Vicarian. It is his game and you all just happen to exist on the map. It's scary. And he doesn't say a word. He doesn't say a word negatively in voice chat. He doesn't type in the chat. He'll maybe use ping comms of being like, oh, there's an enemy here, or I need healing, or things like that. But he's never toxic to healers. He will find a health pack before he pings for heals, if at all possible. And he is so terrifyingly good at Marvel Rivals, and I think he would really enjoy being good at Marvel Rivals. Something tells me that Garrus Vicarian would like video games. I don't know. And number one. Jess, is this who you think it was? Because it's Connor. Connor is number one. When I gave Connor the Marvel Rivals, like who they played in Marvel Rivals, Connor was a flex player because he is terrifyingly good. Might get banned for the game thinking he's aimbotting, but if he can figure out how to turn down his own accuracy enough to be more at like human levels, then I think he would be a great player. I think he would have fun playing Marvel Rivals because he would see it as a bonding activity between me and him. And also, like Garrus is very, very good and effective in one role. Connor is good in all roles. He always picks his character last to see what everybody needs. He's usually playing tank, most likely. But at the end of every single game, he will type out probably, or no, you can't say things in VC after a match is over. So he will type out in chat at least one thing that he said that like somebody on our team did good. He will give a compliment to one person per game. I know that about him. And he would give a genuine, like, oh, good game, everybody, in, like, the full lobby chat. But, like, in squad chat, he's complimenting at least one person. And if we're doing, like, since we're doing comp, there's at least, you know, 2 spawn rooms you're sitting in. Potentially 3 if you're doing a domination map, right? Connor, in between rounds, is typing like, we're doing great, gang. You know, we can win this. We absolutely got this. Just do blah 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 blah, and he'll give like coaching in the chat. This is a wholesome Marvel Rivals player. Connor, the android sent by CyberLife. All right. Okay, I think that is everything I have on my rankings. Let me double check. Pretty sure. Unless I forgot I don't think I forgot it. Let me look. Duos. Yep. Okay, yes. So, our next category is the hypothetical scenario. These are not ranked in any way. This is just hypothetical things that I thought, and we're just going to go in the alphabetical order. But first, I'm going to go take a quick break to stretch my legs and drink some water and all that good stuff. You guys do the same. Get yourself a snack, get yourself some water, take your medications if it is medication taking time for you, and we'll be back with some very, very silly hypothetical scenarios for my boys in 5 minutes. Hi. We are back. Second, let me put my cough drop in my mouth and hope that I don't choke on it. We'll see what happens. All right. Okay. All right. So, like I said before the break, we are moving on from just like ranking them from least to most likely to I am just putting these boys in situations in my brain. and assuming how it would play out, basically. So we are just going to be going in the alphabetical order that I used at the top of the stream for all of these. So this is not in any particular order outside of alphabetical. Cool? Cool. Cough drop. So, this was the idea that I had that, like, birthed the rest of this stream. Which one of these guys am I letting meet my parents? So, to give you guys some context. One second, I can't. I bought different cough drops than what I usually have, and they're, like, too big for me to talk and have the thing. So I will survive. So for some context, Mama Hanaki and Papa Hanaki are divorced. They are not together. So it is a separate situation about if I'm going to let them meet Mama Hanaki or Papa Hanaki or both, right? Mama Hanaki is a very polite, very quiet, very kind person, but she is a lot more reserved as a person. And she is a homebody type. She likes things being quiet if at all possible. Papa Hanaki is where my grandma says I got the talk gene from. My dad does public speaking. My dad is friends with 3 million people. We cannot go somewhere without him seeing someone that he knows. He also just tells a lot of jokes. He has a very, very large personality, but can sometimes be a little bit judgmental. So it is a little bit of a balancing act trying to figure out who or which of my parents I would let my boyos meet. So starting in our alphabetical order, Astarion. No. He would scare my mom, and my dad would hate him. No. Astarion's not meeting either of my parents, ever. Connor, on the other hand, my parents would love Connor. Connor can meet both of my parents anytime. My mom would adore Connor. My mom would love everything about Connor, the android sent by Cyberlife. I think my dad would think he's a little bit too Boy Scout-ish. But I think he would like him overall. My mom would definitely like him a lot more than my dad would, but it would be fine. It would be so, like, overall fairly normal. The most normal reactions from my parents are gonna be meeting Connor. Doorman, I am letting meet both of my parents because I think it would be fascinating. I think that my poor mother would be very unsettled by Doorman, but wouldn't tell me that to my face. I think that Mama Hanaki would be like, he seems very interesting. He looks very put together. That's what Mama Hanaki would say. Papa Hanaki would be like, that guy's fucking weird. That guy's weird. But again, wouldn't say it in his presence, most likely. But I just kind of want to see Doorman interact with both of my parents and see what situations would unfold. I think he'd be incredibly polite. But maybe in a way that's a little bit weird. It would be slightly incorrect. And that's really funny. This is not because I think either of them would have a good time. It's because I would treat it like a science experiment, unfortunately. Gail can absolutely meet either my parents any day. I think that Gail would be intimidated by my dad, but my dad would be overall fine with him. My mom would love Gail. It's hard to pick whether Connor or Gail would be my mom's favorite. I think she would really like Gail. Your dad and Tara might have words though, yeah. My dad's not a big cat person. And he's fine with cats. He likes Eddie, but Eddie doesn't like him a whole lot. And he takes personal offense to that. So I don't know how Tara would feel about my dad. But I think my dad would like Gale well enough. I don't think he'd like that he's kind of awkward and maybe a little bit bookish. But my mom would love Gale. My mom would love Gale so much. It'd be great. Yeah, so Jess just said in the chat, motherfucker hissed at me. What she is talking about is one time when I wasn't home, so I asked my dad to feed Eddie his lunch. And when Papa Hanaki went to go get Eddie his lunch, Eddie saw that it was not me touching his food, and he was like, oh my god, he's stealing from me, is what I think happened. And he full body hissed at my father. And I don't think my dad has let that go. He when I came home, he pointed at Eddie and was like, motherfucker hissed at me. And I don't think he's let it go ever since. Okay. So yes, Gale. Parents would love. Garrus. I think personality-wise, he could get along with both of my parents. I would really have to emotionally prepare them for the 7-foot-tall bug dinosaur. And I don't know if my dad could look past the 7-foot-tall bug dinosaur part of him. I think personality-wise, they get along well. I think that my mom would be fine after a little bit, but she would be very off-put for a while. It would just take her some time. So like I would introduce Garrus to them, I think, but it would be a little bit rough for a bit considering that he is not human. I think that would be rough. There's also a non-zero chance my dad would say something a little bit insensitive about Koreans, so that would be okay. Loki is next. He has no choice but to meet my parents. We're married. If I have to hang out with his family during familial events, he also has to hang out with my parents. My dad would like Loki a little bit. Not a whole lot. I don't, yeah, my dad and Loki would get along in terms of like being able to kind of verbally spar back and forth, but I don't know if they'd like each other very much. I think that like the princely parts of Loki would charm my mom pretty well. I think that would work out in his favor. But I don't think either of them would be 100% thrilled with him, but that's fine because my family is incredibly normal compared to having dinners with Hela and Thor and Angela and Odin. Like, it's a normal time on my end. Okay, Molly. Molly's one that I'm not introducing to Mama. Mama Hanaki, I think, would be really off-put by Molly Mock. The tattoos and the scars and the red eyes, I don't think would jive with Mama Hanaki very well. Papa Hanaki is a hard maybe, leaning to no. I just don't think they'd vibe with Molly personality-wise or appearance-wise. So I don't think that would work out. Silas, though. Silas. We do have canon instances in Love and Deep Space where Silas can fake being a normal, regular dude. There's a running plot point in Love and Deep Space where Silas, pretty much the equivalent of the FBI's Most Wanted, pretends to be a man who owns a fruit business. He like sells fruit. He like owns fruit stalls that sell fruit, and his name is Sky in those situations, and all of MC's coworkers believe it. So I think he can meet both my parents and run the I'm Sky, I sell fruit grift, and they'd be fine with that. I think my mom would find him very handsome and very charming and really like his voice, I think. And then my dad would like that he's like a businessman. My dad would be like, oh yes, a self-made businessman. He sure is. He sure is. And it's not crime related. It's not crime related, I promise. It's fruit. He sells fruit. You know, like apples. Yeah. It's really normal. But I think Silas would have a pretty good rapport with my family. He'd be the most friendly to them, I think. V. Now, I know that I said that my mom wouldn't like tattoos, but I think that V's personality would make up for it. So I think my mom could meet V. I think that she would like that he's like very eloquent. I think she'd be into that. My dad cannot meet V. Devil May Cry. That's not gonna. No. He would hate V. He would hate V. He would think he's really pretentious and he'd hate his ass. So that's that. It's not gonna go well. It's not gonna go well. So I'm just gonna avoid that entirely. Victor, I think, could meet both my parents. I think Victor would be very, very kind to my mom. And again, I think that he and my dad could have some kind of rapport going. That I think that they would get along. Let me double check my notes, because I feel like I said something else about Victor. Let me see. Yeah, my mom would fawn over Victor and do her best to make sure that he's like comfortable, that like, oh, do you need like something else for your leg? Make sure that his cane is always in like arm's reach. God, Mama Hanaki would not even let this boy walk up stairs. She would go get stuff for him. Papa Hanaki wouldn't do all that, but I think he'd be fine with him overall. Yeah, I think that would go okay. All right. Okay, next hypothetical scenario. This one was really, really fun to think about. What do these boys do for them to get canceled on Twitter? What internet discourse gets these boys canceled? What happens that ruins their DMs for 2 solid months? Oh god, starting off with Astarion. Name a thing. Just Astarion Uncuni, my wonderful man, is saying heinous shit on his main account on the regular. Right? He's saying some bad takes constantly. So he is constantly getting canceled, and I don't think he cares anymore. He'd care the first, like, 2 times it happened, and then after that... Yeah, no. Connor himself doesn't get canceled. However, there are some Android hate groups that make him, like, the face of androids in general, and that gets him absolutely toxic, abysmal comments on anything he posts, and his DMs are absolutely vile. Just some Android hate group turns him into a punching bag, and that's it. That just ruins his online experience pretty much. Other than that, I don't think Connor... Well, I was gonna say Connor can't do anything to get canceled, but there are some things you can do in Detroit Become Human that I do think would get him canceled, but overall, I think that's the situation that would happen. Doorman. There is no world in which I can see that Doorman's on Twitter, but there is a non-zero chance that someone takes a video of Doorman at the Baroness Hotel, and he either becomes internet famous, and that, like, ruins some things for him, or a video gets taken of him doing something, like, really weird and disturbing, and that becomes a whole thing, but it doesn't affect him in an online space. Anything that would happen to him would affect him in real life, and that's unfortunate. But he would take it in stride, I think. He'd maybe kill some people about it, but that's neither here nor there. Gale, I'm so sorry, baby. You're getting canceled on Twitter because of your relationship with Mistra. It's a weird thing. Okay. Let me back up on this. Come get in here. I am not in any way blaming Gale for being groomed by Mystra, the goddess of magic. Okay? That was not his fault. I will kill Mystra myself with my own bare hands. None of it was his fault. I am not blaming him for it. What I am saying is there are going to be some people on Twitter who see what their relationship was and for some reason blame Gale for it. And that's going to be a whole thing. That's going to be a whole thing, and I would feel so bad for him. That would be awful. I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry, baby. Do you want me to go kill Mystra for you? Would that make you feel better? I'll do it. I'll do it. Please tell me to do it. Please tell me. I'll go kill Mystra. But yeah, that's what would happen, and it would suck, and it's not his fault. Garrus! War crimes. Garrus did war crimes, and people won't let him forget that. Loki, war crimes. He did. Both of these boys have done war crimes, and this breaks the alphabetical order. But just to get out of the way, Silas, war crimes. 3 of these boys have done war crimes, and they will be found out, and they will haunt them on any online space for the rest of forever. If I had a nickel for every boy that I had that committed atrocious war crimes, I would have 3 nickels at least, which isn't a lot. Crazy, it's happened at least 3 times. Molly Mock. Molly Mock does have a Twitter, and he does have like some kind of social online presence, but to me, Molly's social media is all like aesthetic stuff. He like reposts aesthetic pictures and things like that. Not saying a whole lot online. So Molly, they do not get canceled. Absolutely can keep his mouth shut. Absolutely. I got up to ask my mom how she'd react if I introduced some of my crushes to her, and she just sighed. Oh no. But yeah, no, Molly is immune to being canceled online, mostly because they just don't say anything online. They just aesthetic blog and go on with his life and go on with their life. Yeah. Like, Molly's fine. Molly's fine. Does he say absolutely crazy stuff in like a private Discord sometimes that's really judgmental? Yeah. But Molly's smart enough to not say that publicly. So don't worry about it. V, this made me laugh so hard when I thought of it. V is canceled on Twitter because people think he owns exotic pets. Someone sees a video of Griffin and a Shadow following V around, and people really get on him for owning an exotic bird and a panther. And he can't, and he tries to explain that they are not real animals, that they are like demons, and nobody believes him. So he gets super canceled on Twitter for his exotic pets. His exotic illegal pets. Victor. Victor, my boy. Victor is unfortunately not as beloved as Jace is for the advancements of Hex Tech. So I think that that Victor becomes the face of any Hex Tech ethics controversies. Jace is a little bit because he's more of the face, but I also think Jace is not on social media as often because he has like other stuff going on. Victor's not on social media very much either, but Victor is more prone to correct people when they are making factual inaccuracies about things. He will get in someone's replies and correct them in a very like line item type way, and that will just dig him into a deeper hole. So there also are just like Hex Tech issues in general. When they built the gates, someone died because of some OSHA violation. I know it in my heart. And yeah, if there was Twitter, both Victor and Jace would get canceled, but Victor would be the only one trying to say something about it. So he would get the brunt of it. I don't think it would bother him very much, though. I think that people being inaccurate about information would bother him more than people like being mean to him online. Those people are not real to Victor, And if they were real, they're wrong and then dumber than him, so it doesn't matter. All right. This is actually the last category. Last thing to fit in with the theme of the day. What am I getting these boys for Valentine's Day? What am I getting them? Reminder, you can subscribe to twitch.com/SumeriaHanaki. You can purchase a sub. Or you can just subscribe to youtube.com/SumeriaHanaki and get me closer to monetization there, because I need to buy minimum 10 Valentine's Day gifts for these boys. Silas gets a new phone battery. God. All right. So, alphabetical order. Astarion for him. It breaks my heart that this is something that we were not able to do in Baldur's Gate 3, so I'm doing it for him now. A portrait of himself. The whole thing about Astarion not knowing what he looks like anymore hurts me deeply. And the fact that we couldn't do anything about that, or if you commissioned the statue of Astarion, that he didn't have a reaction to it. Pain. Suffering. Ouchies. So I'm getting him a portrait. Done. I'll commission somebody to do that. For Connor, kind of hard to buy an android anything. However, I feel like Connor does not own a wide variety of clothing. That is not what he has to wear for work. So I am buying Connor comfy clothing. Is this because I would like to see Connor in a big, comfy cable knit sweater? Yeah. It's a gift for me too. But I would like to see Connor in outfits that are not his CyberLife outfits or his detective outfit. I think he should have comfy clothes. Even if he doesn't feel the sensations of comfy, I think he should have them. Other than this, I would maybe get him a puppy. Straight up, I would get Connor a puppy. He likes dogs. And if he's not living with Hank and Sumo's not there, I'm getting that boy a puppy. Doorman? Doorman's a little bit of a cop-out here, because, like, what do you get a guy like Doorman? What do you get an eldritch godlike being in a little ginger man body? So just, like, I don't like to ask people what they want for gifts. I like to surprise people. I like to kind of think of things on my own and surprise them. Doorman, I'm just asking what he wants. Because I, for the life of me, cannot think of a thing to give this man. What would he ask for? I'm not sure. I don't think he'd ask for much. It might I just might take Doorman out to dinner. We just might go to dinner. Doorman, do you eat? You have to eat, right? Your body's human, I'm pretty sure. I hope you eat. Or like we'd go out somewhere, maybe. A lock of your hair, actually. Doorman would be a Victorian locket style type guy, huh? He would want like a vintage locket with like somebody's hair in it. He'd be fine with that. That would track, actually. Gale. I was proud of this one. So Gale, if you don't know Gale very well, he loves his mom, Morena. He also really likes cooking. And when I give gifts to people, I try to make them like personal in some way. I attempt it. So what I would do for Gale is I would work with Marina Decarios and I would get him a like bound book of her recipes for him to have. I think he would really appreciate that. I think he would like that a lot. So I think he would maybe actually cry about that a little bit because he's a little softy. But I think that's a good one. Tara would also get a little gift from me. I give Tara a little toy because that's my old lady Tara. Tara gets a present. Okay, Garrus. I don't know. I really did. If there's like a gun that he wants, I could maybe buy that. I think. But like Garrus might be one like with Doorman where I'm like we're just going on like a date. These gifts also come with a Valentine's Day date for like all of them. but I think Garrus might be like but Garrus would be like a night in type of guy, I think, maybe. A new scope for a gun, maybe. Just like something that he'd want, and he is very good. He like a gun. So I think I would do that, I guess. I might just have to ask Garrus what he wants. It's kind of hard to figure out what he would want as a Turian. But I'm sure we go on a cute date, though, so that'll make up for me being like, I don't know what to get you. Loki, I would commission for him like a really cool custom dagger that could be decorative or it could be used to stab a person. Either way, I would try to make it like as Asgardian as I could with the information that I have. And I think he'd appreciate it. Probably 2 daggers because he usually dual wields daggers. But I think it would be neat. Get like the hilt like wrapped in leather that's like green, like his like shade of green. I think that would work out. For Molly, I kind of had to think about a little bit, and then I remembered. They call him Loki 2 daggers on account of his 2 daggers. Yeah. Molly has quite a few things happen in campaign 2 where they drink a lot, or they do mushrooms at one point pretty much, and it was very funny. But I think for Molly, Molly would enjoy like a weird exotic type of alcohol. Like, it doesn't even have to be good. It just has to be like some kind of experience or like an interesting like story behind like how the alcohol is made. I think that Molly would really, really like that. Or Molly doesn't play any instruments in Critical Role Campaign 2, but to me, I think Molly would like to pick up an instrument. So if there was an instrument that he was interested in learning, I would get that for Molly. It really just depends. But like weird alcohol, weird rare alcohol is idea number 1. Instrument that he could learn is idea number 2 for him. Silas would not let me get him anything. Silas would not allow it, which sounds really weird and controlling, but also it is canon that Silas basically has more money than God, and he can get whatever he wants. So he would just be a like, I don't need anything type. Also, because of who he is as a person and his need to know everything about everyone around him, I couldn't surprise him. He would know if I was trying to do something, and that would annoy the hell out of me. But would he be opposed to you making him something? He would maybe like that more, but like a big damper on it for me would be the fact that I can't surprise him with anything. Mephisto's gonna see me doing something and is gonna go tattle like instantaneously. Can't hide anything from that bird. That bird is also a camera. So like part of the joy of gift giving for me is to surprise somebody with something. And I can't surprise Silas. And that's annoying as hell. But I do think Jess, you're onto something good, like maybe making him something. He does like, so MC in Love and Deep Space does draw like little tiny, like silly, cartoony things. And he does seem to keep them. There is I forget the card, but there is a card where they're like customizing a motorcycle, and MC draws like a stupid little like Silas with like horns and a devil tail on it, just as a joke. And he keeps it on his motorcycle forever because MC drew that. She also like drew something on his helmet for his motorcycle that he keeps as well. He could get rid of it and he doesn't. Very cute. Yes, there's something. So for V, it's kind of similar to Gale's gift, but I do know, I haven't done it in a long time, but I do know how to to like make a book, like bind a book. And I think I would make a poetry anthology, and I would like decorate it and I would bind it for him. I think that would be good. I think he would really like that because he only has his one little poetry book. So I would just make him another one of poems that I think he would like, just like an anthology of stuff. Honestly, that feels a little bit basic and obvious considering who V is, but like, that's what I would do. And then finally, last thing, Victor. Victor, in my heart, does not like impractical gifts. He's a very practical man. So it would vary Valentine's Day to Valentine's Day, depending on what it seems like he needed at the time. If there is like a tool of his that broke, if there is like, if he's working at Hex Tech really late and doesn't have a lamp to like light his work desk type thing. It has to be practical and useful. He's not going to go for a lot of decorative stuff in terms of a gift. And I also think that he would really like something that he could use and that would remind him of his partner having bought it for him. I think he would want a practical gift more than anything. So it would just vary depending on what he would need. All right. That's it. I was going to do a category of like what they would get me for Valentine's Day, but as I was making the list, it all became they're all getting me some kind of variation on a day off. Like Astarion would do like a spa day type thing. Connor would just make me not move. Loki would do fun date thing. Garrus would make me stop moving. Doorman would make me stop moving. Gale would make me stop moving. Your little guys love you. They just would see that I'm stressed and be like, I need you to fucking stop. Pretty much they're just getting me some kind of variation of sit down, calm down, don't think about things. We got this. Type beat. But yeah, that is all that I have for you guys. This is a silly stream. I love talking about my boys. I love my boys very much. But yeah, I don't know, nothing else to really say. So let's go back to the club, shall we? Killer stream, Sumi, thank you. I hope you guys had fun. I love talking about my boys. I will talk about them anytime. If you guys have silly ideas for more categories that I could do for these types of streams, I will do this type of stream at any point. What silly situation should I put my special little guys in? If you have ideas, let me know. If you have questions about my boys, I will speak about them at any time. But that is going to be it for this particular yap sesh about my boyos. Would they watch your 12-hour Howl's Moving Castle retrospective? They fucking better. Some of them. Victor would put it on while he's working. Connor would. Loki maybe not. Astarion maybe not. But yeah. On the YouTube side of things, I cannot raid you guys out to anyone because I do not currently have enough followers to do so. Enough subscribers is what they call them on YouTube to do so. So if you would please consider subscribing to youtube.com/SumeriaHanaki, then that would be helpful to get me closer to be able to do that. On the Twitch side of things, we will raid you guys over to Grav. It's Grav's birthday party to Electric Boogaloo. Grav's playing fucking Baldur's Gate 3? Subscriber, I'll break your leg, says Jeff. Says Jeff? Jess. Sorry. Grav is on break right now, but I'm gonna send you guys over there for Grav's birthday! I didn't know that Grav was playing Baldur's Gate 3. I can't believe that Grav didn't tell me. I'm going to Jeff the Killer you. No. Stop that. Alright, that is it for me today. Tomorrow is more Pathologic 3. It's gonna be silly. It's gonna be so silly. We are truly just playing to see what happens at this point. On the YouTube side of things, I am putting Grav's link in the chat if you would like to follow us there. Support Grav for his birthday. Hi. Oops. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Hi. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. That didn't happen. Nobody saw that, actually. Shush. What I meant to say was, Eddie, do you have anything that you would like to add? Anyone who wants you for their Valentine, just has to get you a large bag of treats. That's actually fairly doable, but you can't eat all those treats at once, okay? You're gonna do it and I can't stop you. Fair enough. All right, everybody, go have fun with Grab. I will see you tomorrow for Pathologic 3. Until then, oyasumi.